So welcome to the call. Let me start with a prayer, short prayer. I call on Archangel Saint Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Uriel, the Holy Mother, light and love of the Most High and the Holy Spirit and the Christ to be with us now. I also call on the great beings of light, the ascended masters, Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Buddha, Babaji. Please be with us now. Please guide us in these group discussions so everyone who attends can benefit the most out of these meetings and get what they're looking for or what they need out of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so Deepti, can you share with us the experiences that you're having from the light channeling?
So it's like instant vibrations in the brain. So this is one thing that I'm feeling. Even way back from my office, if I'm coming back, I'm really tired. It's I put on this light channeling 4 minutes Garrett video, YouTube video,
Yeah.
and while on the way back, I'm at home and I'm again charged. So this is one thing I'm feeling very, very, very regularly. I'm feeling this. I'm charged, I'm charged, I'm charged. I'm tired, I'll listen to it, I'm charged. So this is one positive thing. And my brain is not tired now.
That is so great. Yeah,
this is really good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Nona, do you want to share your experience with the light channeling? Nona?
I would love to, but my camera is not.
Okay, go ahead. Just share with us.
So as we started the sessions last week, so first week I could not do anything, though I wanted to, but my son was pretty unwell and I was not able to get the time. So I started this 4-minute light channeling last Monday. For the first day, I did it only once, but it felt amazing. It really felt like I could feel my soul moving out of my body, and that out of body experience was too good. Earlier in meditation, when I used to try to get this experience, it was a little scary, like, that when my soul is moving upwards, it used to create a little bit of fear in me. But this time it was very loving. I felt my soul is moving out of my body. I could see my body sitting on the floor, and then I wandered through many valleys and which were full of beautiful exotic flowers. And I was wondering to myself, where am I? Is this heaven? And suddenly an angel comes and tells me to look at the sky above. And the sky above I was awestruck. It was completely golden in color, completely golden, as if it's made of gold, shining brightly. I could not even look at it properly. So I just kept on wandering with a smile on my face. And then, as if someone told me it's time to go back, and I came back to my body. But since that day, second day, I tried it 2 times. It was so addictive that I wanted to do it again and again. Third day, I tried it 3 times, and now I'm doing it 4 times a day. But it was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever witnessed, even during my meditation sessions or classes. And I am suddenly filled with so much of peace. Nothing is moving me. I just want to smile. Nothing is pulling me down. No negative thoughts are being created. And suddenly what has happened is that whenever I switch on my TV, on the YouTube channel, it's very strange. I've never searched for any such thing, but suddenly all these messages of Sat Yoga, all the positive messages, Osho, B.K. Shivani, and light channeling, these videos keep popping up. So I feel maybe I'm attracting them. My subconscious is attracting them, but my day passes on very nicely, very nicely. It's an amazing feeling.
This is a quote from Garrett, and I just wanted to read that. There's a light inside of you that will guide you to the realization of all your truest hopes and dreams. And this light simply needs to be nurtured, given attention. As you give your attention to this light, it expands and expands and expands until your entire life is filled with joy, filled with love, filled with wonder, filled with the realization of all your dreams. This is the way home. There's nothing you need to chase. There's nothing outside of you. The love, joy, and fulfillment you long for is deep inside. That's from Garrett, who's the creator of the light channeling method that I was introduced to in March of 2020. And many people who are experiencing this, just even the 4-minute demo, very, very short 4 minutes, are having such a magical experience with it. And this is how I felt the very first time that I did it. And that's what got me so passionate about this method. The purpose of our group and the purpose of light channeling is so that we can start identifying more with the light rather than with our body mind, or start identifying more with us as spirit or with the spiritual world rather than us as bodies, which most of the people in this world are at that place where they're just identifying with the body and nothing else. But in ancient times, you know, when humanity was first on the earth, we were a lot more connected, where, you know, the body mind was just one part of the experience, but our spiritual connection was very, very strong because we didn't have all the blocks and the veils of forgetfulness and the veils of Maya or illusion. And now is a time when we're returning back to that magical state, and light channeling is the way to get us there. Also, you know, what light channeling does is it really connects us not only to the light, but with the love energy, the divine energy, which is supposed to be coursing through us all the time. And it's so that, you know, we understand who we really are. We are born out of love, you know, and you know, through these processes that are going on right now in the current times, what it's doing is, you know, it's really hard to go through so many things like the pandemic and this war in Afghanistan. Anytime I turn on the TV, it just, you know, it's bombarded with all these negative energies. But what these do is it's really, you know, making us want something different. And through that, we're going to be creating something different. And that's the process that we are actually going from caterpillar to butterfly. We're going through a metamorphosis, or from human to humanity 2.0. So that's why I called it Let's Create Bharat 2.0. Invite more and more people who are able to you know, tap into this love energy. So you know, I had asked most of the people who've been attending our sessions, do you know, what do you think that there is life in other dimensions or on other planets? And almost everybody's saying yes. They agree that there is life there. But you know, I've read several books that are channeled from the Palladians and from the Arcturians and from the Lyrians. There are actually people who are tapping into these higher dimensions, or these ETs, and they're communicating with them. And the life over there is the consciousness over there is very high. Like there's a book called Bringers of the Dawn. That's the teachings of the Palladians. by Barbara.
Sorry for interrupting you. Can you
Go
please
ahead.
share the name of this book in the chat box? I would love to order this.
Sure. Yeah, let me type it in there. Bringers of the Dawn, Teachings of the Palladian. If you type in Bringers of the Dawn in Amazon, it will come up. That's
Okay,
by
thanks.
Barbara Marciniak.
Thank you.
Just type those words in and it will come up.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. So what I'm saying is that, just imagine if the love energy is so strong inside you and outside of you, and you can see it everywhere. And, what if it was 100 times greater than anything you have experienced of on this earth? What if it was 1,000 times greater? Can you just imagine that? What if, the love was just there? You can just feel it in the world, everywhere. In this world, it is like everybody's just thinking about themselves, and there's a lot of greed and selfishness, and you can see it. You can see it everywhere in this entire world, and people killing each other about practically nothing, or for them it's the world, but from the higher perspective, for us it's nothing. What are they fighting about? I don't even understand it. But can you imagine that? Can we go from this consciousness that we have in this world to that consciousness where the love energy is 1,000 times greater? Can you imagine that such a shift is possible even? It's hard to imagine, but the thing is that this shift is going on right now as we speak. And this is the reason that so much is happening on this planet. Even Abraham Hicks came with the law of attraction that came, I had found out about it about 20, 30 years ago. And I had attended several of their sessions in America, live. And so they came, and then so many teachings from Tryon and from Bashar. All of these were coming from a very, very, very high place. Also, the Bringers of the Dawn, the teachings of the Palladians, that's also coming from this 5D energy. And this is what got me so interested, because I had also followed various gurus on like Sadhguru, also Sai Baba, and various things. But I was very, very hooked on this 5D energy, and this because even 20 years ago this was being channeled, and it was just amazing. But in any case, that's what's happening right now, even though it doesn't look like it, but it's happening. And the light channeling is here for this purpose as well. So what is the purpose of our group? Our purpose is to help you feel stuff that you've never felt before, to help you be connected to the divine or the magical force or the magical energy like you've never been connected before, to help you experience experiences that like you've never experienced before, and to take you higher and deeper. So this magical force, this magical energy can be a regular part of your life at all times. That's the purpose of this group, and that's the purpose of light channeling and what Garrett is doing. And when I first started attending these Garrett sessions in March of 2020, I had seen all of his videos about 9 years prior to that. But when I first started attending, there was about 30 people or so attending Garrett's meetings in March of 2020. And all of them were, highly advanced star seeds and healers. So and he was having, his sessions daily at that time, sometimes 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours, and sometimes one session was even 3 hours long. So it was just an amazing experience, and we were going through our lockdowns and everything like that. So it was just, for me, it was totally magical at that time. Now he's not having his sessions every single day. He's having sessions maybe once or twice a week at the current time. But I would highly recommend that you get on the sessions as well. So, I called the title of this meeting, Let's Create New Bharat, or Bharat 2.0. And what is Bharat? Bharat is supposed to be, the Rath or chariot that's traveling through the Bha, or the light. So it's supposed to be like light chariot. It's supposed to be a land full of light. And that's what it was in ancient times. It used to be called the Golden Bird. And, due to the invasions and, from people who did not think like that, the energies got corrupted. But I sincerely believe that we are going back to that. So we are going back to what I'm calling Bharat 2.0. We can, through the light channeling, the consciousness is going to be uplifted. And everybody does not need to have that consciousness, because the way it works, it affects the mass consciousness. So the more people who are in that consciousness, they affect the entire world's consciousness as well. And what Garrett says is that it works according to it works exponentially. So if there are two people doing the light channeling, then it's 2 to the power of 2, which is 4. It's equivalent to 4 people meditating together. And then if it's 3 people doing the light channeling, then it's 2 to the power of 3, which is 8 people. And if it's 4 people doing the light channeling, then it's 2 to the power of 4, which is 16 people. Then it increases to 32, then 64, then 128. So very, very quickly, then the power of it just goes on increasing. So what if you have 30 people? It's like billions of people meditating together.
So Bobby, I had 2 questions.
Yeah.
One is that when we say Bharat 2.0 or 2.0, I mean, what does this 2.0 signify?
2.0 is like, when people create a piece of software like, Windows 10 or whatever, it's like they created a software, but everything was not there together. But so they had to come up with a new version, and they called it like 2.0, and it had more functionality. It was easier to use. Then they came out with 3.0. Then they came out with 4.0, and it became easier and easier and more user friendly, and much better for everybody. So that's why I'm calling it Bharat 2.0, because the first Bharat, we had so many limitations for everybody. We had a wonderful energy in ancient times, and it was totally, absolutely messed up. We're not living according to what Bharat is supposed to be. So that's why I'm calling it 2.0, because through the light channeling, through this divine energy, this magical force, we can create a completely different experience for not only all of us, but because of the changes that are going on, not only within us, but but in the planet and universally, we are moving to a completely different energy, which is called heaven on earth, or 5D, or golden age, or Satyug.
Okay.
So it's like we are moving from human to humanity 2.0.
Okay.
We are
I
moving
got
from
it. Thank you.
caterpillars to butterfly.
Yeah. So my next question is, when we say 5G, what does that signify in terms of energy? I mean, all of us know 5G as Wi-Fi or a cellular data till now. So what does it signify in terms of the universe, in terms of the energy?
Very good question. And I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to just cover this very briefly, but this image is also in the same document that I asked you to pull up. I put it in towards the end of this document. Just a second. Let me show. Just a second. All right, there we go. So this is the difference between 3D and 5D consciousness. And I'm going to run through this very, very quickly, but this chart, you should take some time and look at this. This is also in the same document I had posted in there that you pulled up. So 3D consciousness is ego-based identity. 5D consciousness is soul-based identity. 3D consciousness is separation consciousness. 5D is unity consciousness. 3D is conditional love. 5D is unconditional love. 3D is man believes he's a victim. 5D is man believes he co-creates his reality. 3D is seeing is believing, and 5D is believing is seeing. 3D is logical thinking. 5D is intuitive thinking. 3D is seeing duality, and 5D is seeing the one force. And 3D is denser energy. 5D is higher energy, instant manifestations. 3D, the mind rules. 5D, the heart rules. 3D, man fears chaos, randomness, and unfairness. 5D, man believes in divine order. Everything happens for the highest good. 3D is scarcity. 5D is abundance mindset. Okay, so 3D is everybody's fighting with each other. They think they believe in scarcity, and in 5D we know that there is no scarcity. That's an illusion. Everything just comes, and this is very, very true. When you start doing the light channeling, everything will just come automatically. It will take care of itself. Everything will take care of itself. You don't have to focus on like in law of attraction, we focus very, very hard that we want to manifest this thing. With this consciousness, you don't have to focus like that. You don't have to focus on a certain vibration. You focus on the most high vibration, and then everything takes care of itself. Everything that you need, everything that you're longing for, just starts happening for you magically. Does that answer your question, Nona?
Yes, it does. Actually, I had gone through this document, but I was not very clear. I mean, something what I wanted to know was that when we talk about 5D consciousness, so will it happen one by one? Does it happen with individuals first and then it happens with the universe? Or we will create a kind of universe where, at one go, we start experiencing a 5D consciousness? So will it be off and on, negative, positive, going on, and then turning into an entire compassionate universe? Or will it just happen with the universe in a fraction of a second, just because we are working on it?
So you're asking, is it going to happen gradually, or is it going to happen instantly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say that, like Maitreya, Dada Shriji, he was saying that this is a process that's going to take about 10 more years, where more and more people are going to be in that consciousness. But what I was telling people is that if you're doing this light channeling, starting to do it maybe twice a day or 3 times or 4 times a day, even 5 minutes, multiple times per day, you will be in that consciousness automatically. Like as far as myself, I am feeling this energy all the time. All the time I'm feeling this energy, and all the time it feels like to me that I am talking to the divine or talking to God. Some people say, hey, how can you say that you're talking to God? Isn't that out of reach for people? No, I feel I'm talking to God all the time. I'm just in that space.
Yeah, that makes it pretty clear. That is why I was a little confused, because in his interview, what I heard was it will take about 10 years of time. But what I thought from your teachings was that it's a gradual process and it will start happening. And ever since I've started my light channeling, that 4 minutes light channeling 3 to 4 times a day. So what you are saying, I can actually correlate with that. I feel as if I have started, some force has started guiding me towards what I have to do. I don't even have to ask for help.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely
So I
correct.
get messages from the universe. I'm getting messages in my dreams about what is my life's purpose, what am I supposed to do next, and it's like a beautiful friend is holding your hand and taking you through the journey.
Absolutely correct. Yes. And it's like, as I said, when we are doing the light channeling, we are connecting to the vibration of the Most High. That's the highest vibration. That is, you can call it God, or you can call it the source or anything, but this is the highest vibration. And once you focus on the highest vibration, this is what everybody wants. This is what everybody wants. If what we have is this, we have this light and love of the Most High coursing through us, through our minds and hearts, where we're not experiencing anything else. And once we have that, then everything happens magically. Everything just comes. Once we have this, like I can tell you in my own experience, I have not planned any of this. This book came to me like a couple of months ago or so. I don't know. It was a little bit longer than that, but it just flowed out of me. And then I've been sharing it with people in the U.S. and they want to start doing light projects with me. It's just all coming. I'm just seeing everything just happening, taking, leading me to more abundance, to more, getting out to, what I've been longing for my entire life. It's just happening. I'm not planning anything. I'm just doing it. I'm just living in the energy. And the energy just takes care of everything. And this is, it's like love expanding love. So if I'm sharing my love with people, then they share, they catch on to the love, and then they expand it. And that's how this is how the whole world is going to be changed. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read from the intro part of my book, from my site, 5dearth.com. The site is also in this document. You can just read this document. It's 5d-earth.com. That's the URL. And what I had written here is, going from caterpillar to butterfly. I said, in truth, we are all children of the light or Most High. We are all designed to live on this beautiful planet in perfect health, radiant joy, and bliss. perfect loving relationships, perfect abundance and flow of all good things that our hearts desire, higher intelligence, creativity, genius, deep loving connection with each other and with the Most High, and perfect peace, balance, and harmony. And this is called 5D, or heaven on earth, or the magical world, or a state of oneness. And this is actually man's true and natural state. This is a state that we would naturally experience more and more of if we allowed more of the light and love of the higher to flow through us and through our hearts. Okay, and this is what this site is about and what our work is about and what these sessions are about, is how do we get into that state of experiencing this divine flow. So are you concerned about all the increased problems that humanity or our world are currently facing? It's due to just this. Most humanity do not know or understand how to allow the light and love of the higher to flow through themselves. They're suffering from a lack of flow of this glorious energy. Plus, our planet is evolving. There's more and more light coming into the planet, and all the garbage is coming out to be cleared or healed. Okay, so I had written that on the intro page to my site, 5dearth.com. And this is very, very true. All these people who are fighting about religion, they believe that they're right. Either the Abrahamic religions like Islam or Christianity, they want to convert the whole world, but they don't have any experience. They just have beliefs because they were either born in that religion or they read it in their book, and they just believe it wholeheartedly enough that they want to kill everybody else. They believe it's, they believe everybody should go to hell or whatever. But if you really had the experience, you would be so awestruck by the experience that you are living that you don't want to, you don't want to argue with anybody. You don't want to fight with anybody because you are in that experience. And the same thing is true anywhere, even if, like, look at what's going on in India. For years now, I've been just turning on the news and seeing, so much garbage going on, so much darkness in, what people are living or fighting with each other in the news. It's because they don't have this experience. They don't have they're not totally awestruck by what's available to us anytime if we just tap into it, And so that's why we have this light channeling. The more and more you do this light channeling, you won't have time for anything else. You are just going to be totally amazed by living your life, and totally amazed by this energy, and totally amazed by what this energy, all the experiences that this energy is bringing to you, not only spiritually, but also in your relationships, also in your abundance, also in the projects that you're working on or the work that you're working on. It will just, magic will keep happening in your life, and you won't have time for anything else. So that's why, we're calling this heaven on earth, or the golden age, or Satyug. That's what Satyug is. Okay, I guess I'm going to keep this short. I just want to go through the initial 4-minute video. Just a second. If you can pull up the document that I'd asked you to pull up, and just go to the number 2. It's a 4-minute video, and you can see that video. Okay. So I think I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover, again, go through this document, go through the other videos. I didn't have time to cover all the videos, but go through that, and then just go to my site, 5d-earth.com, read the intro page. Then you can, try the light channeling session from Garrett at the bottom of the intro page. And then, go to the steps page of that site. If for any reason you don't like that, then just go to the other 5D paths page of that site, and then you can try the light channeling from Guruji. But that's about it. The more and more that you do it, the more and more you are going to be in this magical space all the time, and your life will turn totally magical, and everything that you've been longing for, the angels will bring it into your experience, into your space. And this is what I feel is happening in my life as well. All the time, the angels are pushing me. They were inspiring me to do these Bharat 2.0 meetings, and now I'm being inspired to start these live sessions for my Western group, and I'm doing various light projects with different people in the US. We want to create various things and bring more and more people in the fold. So I'm just being guided to do all of these things, and I'm just doing it. And it's just I'm not feeling that I'm doing any work. This is just this is all play for me. This is all fun for me.